Hello me beauties, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a full face kind of ColourPop products. So I just was in the mood to use some of my favorite ColourPop products, things that I have in my collection. I was in the mood to do a very summery themed look using some of my favorite ColourPop items. Before we hop into the video, be sure to subscribe because I do upload every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And if you're new to my channel, hey, how are you? Oh, if you enjoy the video while you're watching, be sure to give it a thumbs up so I know that you like these types of videos. If you do end up liking this video, maybe I will do like another brand themed makeup look where it's about a certain brand. Maybe it's a little bit of a higher end brand. Yeah, let me know your thoughts down in the comments, but let's go ahead, hop into the video. The first thing I'm going to use is not ColourPop related because I don't have a ColourPop primer. I don't know why. I don't think they have primers. I could be wrong, but I'm just gonna go in with the Ulta Matte Primer. I'm almost out of this. Oh, I forgot to put my hair back. What am I supposed to do? I have this on my hand. Okay, I can do this. I can do this, okay? This is what happens when you don't film for like many days. You forget how to film. Yeah? No? I really wish ColourPop would come out with primers because I would buy them for sure. For foundation, I'm gonna hop right into using the ColourPop No Filter Foundation. I have the shade Fair 35. It looks a little too light for me. I'm pretty sure I bought this in like the dead of winter when I was not tan at all, and I don't think I've like used it since. I'm gonna first take a beauty blender, and if I'm not liking how it applies with the beauty blender, I'll go back in with a brush. I just remember not loving this foundation. It went on really nicely. I don't think that it wore well on my skin. I do have oily skin, so maybe that's part of it. Because it looks really nice on the skin. Like when you apply it, it does look very flawless, like you have a filter on your skin. I am also open to trying different ways, like using different products to make this work. Because I know that some foundations work well with certain primers and some don't. If I did another video like this where I focused it on one brand, what brand would you want to see? Plucked my eyebrows this morning. I feel like I got a little carried away. So we're just gonna have to rebuild them up from all the plucking. You guys can feel me if you've ever over plucked your eyebrows. Like, you know that you're like, oh, they don't look great, but they don't look horrible. They just don't look like my eyebrows. And then you put on a brow product and then they look like eyebrows again. That spread really quickly, really nicely. I'd say it's pretty full coverage on my skin right now. And yeah, it's sitting really nice on the skin. I am gonna go in with the L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear Concealer because I don't have the ColourPop concealer. I've heard that it's like okay, but all the people that say it's okay have dry skin, so I don't know. Kind of scared to use it if like dry skinned people really love it, because I'm like, ooh, that probably would not work on my skin. If you have the ColourPop concealer, let me know. What are your thoughts on it? Do you like it? I feel very out of the loop from filming. Like I don't know, it's almost, you have to get in this groove when you do sit down to film. And I feel like I haven't been in that groove in a little while. I have not filmed a lot of the videos I've been putting out. I like pre-record many videos at a time. So I have like maybe a week or two worth of videos at once, and then I don't record again until I'm back down to like 1 or 2 videos and I need to record. So that's kind of like how I do it. I wouldn't say it's the best method because then I get out of habit of filming and it takes a while to like jump back into it. I'm gonna take the Peach Perfect powder from Too Faced because I don't have a ColourPop powder. Again, like I don't think that face products are ColourPop's specialty. I'd say eyes and lips are. One good thing about this powder is number one, it smells really good. It does smell like yummy peaches, but it also tastes like yummy peaches when you inhale it. It does darken my skin a little bit, so it's good that the foundation is a little light so that I can use this powder and darken it to match me a little better. This powder is so good. If you have oily skin, I would definitely recommend it. It helps blur your pores so well. This combination looks really promising. It doesn't look too heavy, doesn't feel too heavy. Yeah, we'll see how it wears. I'm gonna take the NARS Tinted Smudge Proof eyeshadow base, because let's be real, I really want to get to the ColourPop items I have a lot, but I just have like different shades of the same product. This is also really the first time I put on makeup, like a full face of makeup in a week. It's like so nice not working. I go back tomorrow to work because school starts the 14th for me. All right, the base is done. I really hope that this powder can keep the foundation looking nice throughout the day. I just remember it breaking down and getting like super cakey looking, and it just didn't wear well on my skin. So hopefully the powder will help save the day, and also the mattifying primer underneath will help like the longevity of it. I'm gonna go in with this ColourPop pressed powder face in, I think it's the one that Kathleen Lights raves about. It's like something party city, or get the party on, or something like that. I will have it down in the description just so that you know, but it's the one with party in the name. It looks like this. It comes in a little compact. The thing is, it's on the back. It doesn't have the name of it because when you buy like the pressed powders from ColourPop, it comes in a little pan and you insert it into the little tin like this. So it doesn't come like this when you get it. And the name of this is on the back. So I can't really like get it up with my nail without scratching the product. So I'll have it down in the description box. But I'm gonna take my regular bronzer brush. This is very orange. Like it easily can pull very orange. So if you're really tan, that might be good because you have a little bit more warmth to your skin. For fair folks like me, I have to be kind of careful. If I dip my bronzer brush in this a little too much, it can go downhill really fast, but this is actually like perfect for the summertime. As you can see, it just adds that really pretty warm bronze look to the skin. It almost has a little bit of a red undertone as well. Just be careful if you are close to my shade. For blush, again, I don't have a ColourPop blush, I don't think. Like I went through my whole collection, I didn't see one, so I'm gonna go in with this e.l.f. blush in the shade Jet Setter. I wanna add just a little bit more blush than I normally do. I'm feeling blush for this look. Usually out of all the products that I use on my face, blush is the product that I use like the least of. ColourPop is just one of those brands that is constantly coming out with new products. Every week it seems like they have a new launch, which is insane. I don't know how they keep up with all of those products. There's so many products to launch and they just do such a good job. I've been really enjoying lately their little bundles. I have not bought any of them yet, but basically it's like themed around something. So the last one was orange, the one before that was strawberry, and then they just like have a theme. So the strawberry one's pink and red, and then they have blue themed ones and yellow, and it's just a really cool concept. And they have an eyeshadow palette that is themed around it. They have blushes, highlights, lipsticks. They just have so much, and I think they do such a good job at their releases because every single product is so good. I don't know, I have a huge appreciation and love for ColourPop, and they do all of this on like the affordable side of things. They don't hype up in their prices, and they don't overprice their stuff, which I really, really like. That makes me trust them as a company. I'm taking the Anastasia Brow Wiz because I don't have a ColourPop brow pencil. This one looks good. This one doesn't look good. All right, they have more of an arch now. I'm gonna set that down with my normal Anastasia Beverly Hills Clear Brow Gel. The last thing I'm gonna add to my face is highlight. I'm gonna go in with my favorite ColourPop In-Nude-Endo palette along with the shade Wisp. This is a Super Shock Cheek highlight, and it's a little dark, but I feel like, you know what, if I'm gonna wear it, like now is the time. I'm as tan as I'm gonna get, so might as well. These have a very putty-like texture to them. So I'm gonna add this to my cheek, and then I'm gonna go on top with a little bit more of a bronzy highlight from the In-Nude-Endo palette. These are incredibly easy to apply if you're a beginner. These highlights are so easy to work with. You just take some on your finger and like lightly tap onto the high point of your cheek. It blends out so well. You don't need a highlight brush, and the Super Shock Cheek highlights are so good. Personally, I like the Super Shock shadow or cheek or whatever. I like the Super Shock formula more than the pressed formulas, but the pressed formulas are really good too. Now let's set that down with this shade in the palette. It's called Morning After. It's called Morning After. It's this one right here. It's about the same undertone as the Super Shock one we just added. Just kind of going on top and like setting that down. That's what both of them look like on my skin. They look very, very pretty. Out of probably everything I'm gonna use, my favorite product from ColourPop is this little highlight palette. I cannot beat this highlight palette. It's so good, it's so affordable. The formula lasts all day long. If I want a highlighter that's gonna last till the end of the day, I always go for this palette. And I also love how many different colors they have. Regardless of your skin tone, you can find a shade that works for you, because I think this top row is like for lighter skin tones and this bottom row is for darker. That's kind of how I see it. So really anyone can use this palette, I think. Okay, let's get a little closer and let's get onto the eyes. Everything looks so freaking good on my skin. It's insane. Gosh, I love the combination of these two highlights mixed together. I've never mixed them and they just look so nice. I have all of my Super Shock shadows here with me. I have the shade, let's see, Rex. This is a super cool blue. I don't know if I want to do a blue. This is a blue that has purple reflex in it. Don't know if I want to do a blue and go bold. I have the shade Shameless, which is a really pretty multi-dimensional green and blue sparkle green. That's what this one is. So these are like my two oddball ColourPop shades. I also have the shade Porter, which is kind of a muted sparkly purple shade, which this might be what I go in with. Let's see, I have Game Face, which is this really awesome fiery copper shade. I don't know, I brought all of them because I didn't know what look I was gonna do. I have the shade Blaze. This is a collab with Kathleen Lights. It's a really pretty bronze, like gold metallic shade. Then I have which I figured I could probably put in my inner corner. It's a very neutral, sparkly champagne color. Then I have the shade Cricket, which is a very pretty lilac, light lavender purple. I don't use this a whole lot just because I don't normally do looks that have like a ton of purple. Then I have Central Park, which is a matte purple shade. I might smudge this underneath the lower lash line. I also have Moonshine, which is a dark brown with gold reflex in it, which I might also smudge under the lower lash line. I'm gonna take the Dream Street palette from ColourPop and Kathleen Lights just because I don't have a lot of Super Shock shadows that are matte formulas that I really like, and this has some really good shades, so I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna take this shade right here in the palette. When it comes to matte shades, I prefer a pressed palette more so than the Super Shock shadows. Seems like the Super Shock shadows just don't, I don't know, it's hard to pick up on the brush. And I only use the Super Shock shadows with my finger, so I don't really use a brush on them, and I can't use my finger with the matte shade necessarily. Like if I'm smudging it under the lower lash line, it just doesn't make sense. All of my Super Shock shadows are, like I try to make them all metallic because that's the only way I'm gonna use them. Now let's go in with, oh, I'm like so conflicted. I kind of want to do a purple dark look. Let's just keep blending till I make my mind up. I'm gonna take this shade right here, it's the pink in the palette. Add this to the crease as well. I'm still unsure, guys. I'm gonna take, hear me out now. I'm gonna take this shade, which is Rex, which is the purple reflect blue. And then I'm also gonna take this shade, the light purple, which is called Cricket. And I'm going to take the shade Moonshine, smudge underneath my lower lash line, or Rex. Okay, maybe. And then in my inner corner. This is the only one I'm for sure about, okay? Kind of want to put Cricket on my lid and then smudge the Rex underneath my lower lash line. I feel like that's a cool look. Is that a cool look? All right, I'm taking Cricket. This is happening. I'm taking it on my finger. I'm really building this purple shade up. And go back in with that crease brush. Make sure that the edges are blended. Here's phase one. This is taking forever to decide like what I want to do for my eyes. I'm gonna take Rex, and it's with this one again, and smudge it underneath my lower lash line. I feel like you can't really get the same effect with this as you would if it was on my lid. Taking just a little bit of Rex on my finger, putting it on the outer part of my eye. You know, I'm just gonna put like it all over, you know? like just add another level of sparkle to the look. Oh, that's totally what it needed. I actually really like it added on top of that Cricket shade. Very pretty. All right, I'm happy with how this is looking so far. Now let's add the shade Un to my inner corner. All right, for eyeliner, I'm gonna take the ColourPop Cream Gel Liner in the shade Best O. It's a dark purple, and I just put that in my waterline. I'm taking a pencil brush with no other product on it, and I'm just buffing out the lower lash line a little. I like what this is looking like. I'm gonna go ahead, curl my lashes, and put some mascara on. I'm gonna put on my regular CoverGirl Lash Blast Fusion. It's basically the mascara I use in every video. Last product I'm going to use is a ColourPop Ultra Satin Lip in the shade Strip. It's gonna be a very good neutral shade to go with this look. My favorite formula from the liquid lipstick type of deal at ColourPop is the Ultra Satin Lip. I just think they're very comfortable on the lips. They're matte. They're a little bit creamy, so I wouldn't trust that they're not going to transfer at all, but they are very comfortable and matte on the lips. All right, you guys, this is the finished look. I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, if you have any other brand recommendations that you want me to do a themed look based on, then let me know down in the comments. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up the video here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you so much, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.